Let me ask you something today. Are you hungry? Not for food, not for money, not for comfort. I am talking about something deeper. Are you hungry for something greater than where you are right now? Because I need to talk to somebody today. Somebody who knows deep down in their soul that they were born for more than this ordinary life. Somebody who goes to bed at night staring at the ceiling and they can feel it. Something burning inside them. Something whispering from the deepest part of their spirit. This is not your final destination. You were made for more than this. If that is you, I need you to lock in right now. Turn everything else off. Put the phone down. Close every distraction. Because what I am about to share with you today in these next few minutes has the power to completely change the trajectory of your entire life forever. And I do not say that lightly. I say that because I have lived it. The graveyard is the richest place on the face of this earth. I know that sounds strange, but you have to understand what I mean. Because lying in that graveyard right now are books that were never written, businesses that were never built, songs that were never recorded, inventions that never saw the light of day, ideas, visions, dreams, all buried 6 feet underground because the person who carried them gave up too soon. They let fear win. They let doubt win. They let other people's opinions win. And they went to their graves with their greatness still locked inside them. That is the greatest tragedy in human history. Not death itself, but dying with your potential untouched. And I refuse. I absolutely, completely, wholeheartedly refuse to let that happen to you. Most people die at 25 and are buried at 75. They stop dreaming somewhere in their 20s when life gets hard. They stop trying when they fail a few times. They start settling and they call it being realistic. They say, this is just how life is. This is just my lot. No, no, no. That is a lie. That is a lie somebody told you a long time ago, and you held on to it and you repeated it so many times that you started to believe it. Your dreams are valid. Your vision is real. The fire inside you is real. But you have to be willing to fight for it every single day. I want to talk to the person today who has been knocked down. Maybe you lost the job and you do not know how you are going to pay your bills next month. Maybe the relationship you invested everything into fell completely apart. Maybe the business you poured your heart and your savings into failed. Maybe the doctor gave you news that shook you to your core. Maybe people you trusted walked away when you needed them the most. And you are sitting there right now in the quiet moments thinking to yourself, maybe this dream is not for me. Maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I should just accept where I am. Listen to me very carefully right now. It is not over. You did not come this far to only come this far. Life is going to knock you down. That is not a possibility. That is a guarantee. The question has never been whether you will get knocked down. The question is, when life hits you, and it will hit you hard, will you get back up? See, most people get hit once and they stay down. They let one failure become their identity. They let one bad season define their entire story. But the people who change the world, the people who build legacies, the people whose names we remember, they get knocked down 7 times and they get up 8. Every single time. You have to make a decision today. Not tomorrow. Not next Monday when you feel more motivated. Not after the situation changes. Today, that no matter what comes against you, no matter how hard the wind blows, no matter how dark the night gets, you are going to get back up. Because as long as there is breath in your body, there is hope in your story, and your story is not finished yet. Can I tell you something personal? Something I do not share lightly? I was labeled as a child. The teachers, the system, the paperwork, they called me educably mentally retarded. That is what they stamped on my file. People told me directly and indirectly that I would never amount to anything, that I was not smart enough, that I did not have what it takes. And for years, too many years, I believed them. I carried that label like a weight around my neck. I let their words become my walls. But then one day, one teacher, just one person that looked at me differently. He looked past the label, past the file, past what everybody else had decided about me, and he said something that cracked my world open. He said, don't let someone else's opinion of you become your reality. And I want you to understand that one sentence from that one person on that one ordinary day changed the entire direction of my life. I need you to hear me right now with everything you have. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are not what somebody called you when they were angry. You are not the worst thing that ever happened to you. You are a giant, a walking, breathing, living giant, inside the body of someone who simply forgot how powerful they truly are. The problem is not your zip code. The problem is not where you grew up. The problem is not the color of your skin or the family you were born into. The problem is you have been listening to the wrong voices for far too long. Stop letting people who gave up on their own dreams talk you out of yours. Stop letting broken people define what is possible for your life. Stop letting average become your ceiling when you were built for the sky. You were not created to be average. You were not created to just survive. You were created to be absolutely extraordinary. But here is where most people miss it. Here is the place where inspiration dies and nothing changes. People hear something powerful. They feel it in their chest. The energy rises up. They get goosebumps. And then they go home, sit back down on the same couch, scroll through the same phone, and do the same things they were doing before. And 6 months later, nothing has changed. Because motivation without action is just entertainment. Feeling inspired is not enough. Crying during the speech is not enough. Sharing the video is not enough. You have to move. You have to physically, practically, courageously move in the direction of what you want. Start that business today. Not when the timing is perfect, because the timing will never be perfect. Make that phone call you have been avoiding for 3 weeks. Write the very first page of the book that has been living in your head for years. Sign up for that course. Have the hard conversation you have been running from. Apply for the opportunity that scares you. Do something, anything today that your future self will look back on and thank you for. Because here is what I know about successful people. They do not wait until they feel ready. They do not wait for fear to go away. They move while they are scared. They act while they are uncertain. They push forward while doubt is screaming in their ear. Because they understand something that most people never figure out. You do not have to be great to get started, but you absolutely have to get started to become great. That dream inside you right now, that vision, that idea, that calling that wakes you up early in the morning and keeps you up late at night, it was not placed in you by accident. God does not make mistakes. He does not give you a dream without giving you the capacity to achieve it. But you have to show up. You have to do the work when nobody is watching. You have to be hungry enough, desperate enough, committed enough to push through the pain, push through the rejection, push through the days when nothing is working and quitting feels like the only logical option. I want to leave you with something that I carry with me every single day. Somebody is watching your life right now. Not strangers on the internet, people close to you. Your children are watching how you respond when life gets hard. Your little brother or sister is watching to see if someone from where they come from can actually make it. Someone in your neighborhood, in your community, in your family, and they are watching your life and they need to see you win. They need living proof that it is possible. They need to see someone who looked like them, who came from what they came from, who faced what they faced, and still made it through. Don't you dare give up on yourself, because the moment you give up on yourself, you might be giving up on them too. Your life was never just about you. So I need you to stand up right now, wherever you are. Square your shoulders. Lift your head. Look life directly in the eye and make a declaration. I am hungry. I am not finished. I am not defined by where I have been. I'm not limited by what people said about me. I am unstoppable. I am still standing, and I have absolutely not come this far in this life to give up now. You have greatness within you, real, deep, undeniable greatness. I believe that about you with everything I have. I believed it before you walked in. I believe it right now. The only question that remains, the only question that has ever mattered, is when are you going to believe it too? God bless you. Now go. Go get everything that belongs to you.